Hey guys, it's Sam, and in this video I'm going to be taking on the Country Deity challenge. This challenge was started by Machiant. I'll put his original video in the description as well as the rules. Basically, you take whatever country you live in or were born in, and you take the animal that most represents that country, and if you don't know, there's a whole list on Wikipedia for it, and then you combine that with Egyptian mythology and you make a god out of that animal. So since I live in the US, the animal we're probably most known for is the bald eagle. That seems to represent our country. So I took a bald eagle, Egyptian gods, and I smashed them together. Alright, so enough of this little preview. Let's draw ourselves a Egyptian bald eagle American god. I don't know what else to call it. Alright, so I just want to mention the little elephant in the room, and that is the first part of this clip. I swear it's not the whole video, it's just a recording from Twitch because I forgot to record it separately, so you get to see me move super fast and make really fun faces. So I started out with a character design, just trying to figure out what I wanted this person to look like, well, this god to look like, I should say, and lots of eagle references because I don't draw animals, so I am kind of noobish, and I needed all the help that I could get, and obviously had to throw in a few with the good old American flag to get in that American spirit. But definitely looked up a lot of references of just eagles and Egyptian gods, and just trying to figure out what I wanted to do, and it was kind of a a fun stream. Which, by the way, I live stream on Twitch twice a week. I'm working on increasing that hopefully soon to 3 times a week. You can follow me, I'll put a link in the description. So this entire thing was basically live streamed on Twitch. So from there, I also went ahead and did a few thumbnails of what I wanted this to look like. And of course, I went with one of the more difficult ones, which was a 3-point perspective, where we are looking up at the god. And I figured that works because it's kind of like intimidating. We're the viewer, we're looking up at them, we're like smaller and lesser, and I think that makes him more powerful and intimidating, and I don't remember if I said that word, but anyway, so Alex was lovely and helpful and posed for me, so I had my reference photo, and just from there basically slapped the outfit on and cried while drawing the face because I don't draw birds. And the wings were also very tricky, and yeah, but this was a really good character design experiment. I don't really do that much with character design. I know I have that comic that I'm not supposed to talk about that I've done a bunch of character design for, and that kind of gave me a little bit of an introduction, but like I was still making things up and I wasn't sure what I was doing, and I was just trying to figure things out, and that was still kind of the case here. But I think having done a couple of the character designs for my comic helped a little bit with this one, and I don't know, it was just kind of neat to design a character. It's not very often that I actually put this much thought into a original character design, and especially for something that's kind of like a one-off thing like this. But it was really worth it, and I really enjoyed doing it, and I feel like I learned some things, especially with birds, specifically the eagle, and some perspective practice, so that was good. Oh, and by the way, just to kind of summarize some of the symbolism, obviously the eagle is America. You have the face, you have the wings, and I try to get the skin color a little bit close to that. And then the colors, the red, white, blue, the white is a little bit off because I thought having a pure white would just kind of look weird, and thinking like Egyptian gods, something more tan, something closer to a material or a color that they would have had access to. So that's kind of why it's like a yellowy tan color. And then also gold, lots of gold, and I know that's not really like America color, but it's Egyptian god thing. Egyptians really liked gold, so I threw in a bunch of gold in there. And he's holding a staff, and that staff leads up to the torch, which is the Statue of Liberty torch. And yeah, that was a lot of fun to do the fire. And then finally, in his other hand, he's holding a giant scroll, which is going to turn into the Constitution of the United States. As far as about the character, I don't really have that much thought out. We did talk about it quite a bit in chat, just what sort of things he would be in charge of as a god. And you guys came up with a lot of good ones, but probably some of my favorites were like freedom without freedom, and NSA, where it's kind of like he's like Santa and he can see everything you're doing, except it's like extra creepy because, I don't know, he just feels more intimidating than Santa. But yeah, those are some of his powers. Feel free to think of other ideas for powers and leave them in the comments below. It's actually really fun. So not only doing this challenge and trying to think of an idea to combine the animal with the country with Egyptian gods, but also being like, what is this character? Who is this god? Like, what does he do? The end result of this piece is probably quite a bit messier than I was intending. A lot of this, in fact, like I would say a good 90% of this was done with just one layer. And though I would say that that's not a mistake for what I did, what was a mistake was that the initial sketch, I didn't really clean it up, and I probably should have lowered the opacity before I merged it all into one layer. So a lot of the time that took up this drawing was just kind of cleaning up that initial sketch to hide it. So reference for me for the future. Don't do that next time. Normally I don't. I don't know what happened with this one. But anyway, the other, that wasn't a struggle, that was tedious, but a big struggle with this piece, apart from the whole like eagle bird thing and character design and perspective, was the folds on the skirt. I've never done horizontal folds before, so this was a first for me, and that was a struggle. I don't think it's as good as I wanted, but I don't know, it was better than what I was expecting myself to be able to do, so that was something. And then the face with all the feathers, as you guys were, if you were on stream, you guys know that was kind of a struggle to figure out, but I think adding a lot of the contrast and then some varying colors and then getting the fire in there for the torch and then having the torch or the fire reflect on the face kind of helped balance things out. But there was a lot to learn here, and if you guys haven't done this challenge already, I definitely recommend it because you really do learn a lot if you want, like if you push yourself to do it. So major props to Machian for coming up with such an awesome and unique challenge idea. I am actually really happy with this piece, and yeah, I've certainly never done something like this before, and I think that's kind of the fun thing with challenges is you both push yourself and you do things that you never even thought of. And now we're coming in towards the end game here, which I am pretty much just kind of doing final effects, final adjustments, increasing that contrast because, oh boy, I like me some contrast. And I think in the end, I managed to do pretty well. Oh, by the way, the background and all the other textures and stuff I used were just public domain or CC0 license stuff. I wasn't about to draw a flag after all that. But I think it worked. I think it all works, and I think it all kind of flows together, and yeah. Alrighty, so that's it for this challenge. Oh boy. I definitely learned a lot though, like I said, and just, top to bottom, let's get some nice close-ups here. So hopefully you guys enjoyed watching this challenge. If you'd like to take on this challenge yourself, again, link is in the description to Machian's video where he talks about the rules and how to participate, and I definitely hope you do participate because it's a lot of fun, and it'd be really cool to see like a whole variety of takes on different animals in different countries and all of that stuff. So if you guys do this challenge, use the hashtag Country Deity Challenge so Machians and everyone else can see y'all's work. If there's any other challenges you guys would like to see me take on, feel free to leave those comments in the comments below. And feel free to tell me what country you're from or where you were born and what animal that is associated with. Because it's kind of interesting to see all the different kinds of animals there are. Alright, so hopefully you guys have been well, and thanks so much for watching. Bye!